Okay, so basically, we're going to be talking about a problematic topic within the Vocaloid community, and I know a lot of people like to ignore it, but we're going to be talking about the sexualization of Miku and the other Vocaloids. I'm not going to include as much the adult Vocaloids because, in my opinion, I do think Electron overuses them and over sexualizes them only because they're the main adults. But besides that, I have recently the sexualization has come to my attention due to the massive amount of hours I have in her game on Steam. And a lot of the outfits are very sexualized. And mind you, right here, Hatsune Miku, the virtual pop star and Vocaloid software mascot, is depicted as a 16-year-old girl. And yes, she has been 16 since 2007, and a lot of people's excuses is the fact that she would be 18 in today's age. But Electron still says she's 16, so that does not count. Not to mention the outfits in the game, which is Hatsune Miku Project Diva. This, a bathing suit, which normally would be regular to have one for like the beach theme song they have in that. But I would expect it to be a one piece, and this is a two piece. Another one, and this one is for an adult one, but mind you, the game is labeled for teenagers. And we have Mako here with half of. There's a bunch of cleavage there, and I hate to be that person, but that's not regular cleavage. You would never see anyone regularly walking around with that. And yes, I get it. It is anime characters and it is supposed to be fantasy. But a lot of creeps don't know that. There's also this one with Miku called Honey Whip, and it literally has her in lingerie. It is absolutely just horrible. Another thing is the way the community sexualizes Miku, which is a lot. I think this was about a year ago, but there was a trend called Brazilian Miku, and it was a fan made thing. And they had her in a thong, which is horrible for someone her age. Even if it is fictional and she's not real, you shouldn't be sexualizing a child. And another excuse I hear is the fact that the voice actor is 40 years old, if I'm correct. Hold up. I think she's 40 years old. The actual voice actor for Miku. But again, that does not excuse it. Another thing, this is just a personal theory of mine, is she is often shipped with Kaito, and I think this is a Electron canon thing too, because I've noticed a lot of songs in the game that have them romantically involved. And mind you, what is Kaito's age? Mind you, it suggests that he's around 20 years old. He does not have an official age, but that's his suggested age, which is insanely creepy. In my opinion, I think they're not saying his age because they don't want people to know. And in Japan, it's very normal for 16-year-olds to be in sexual situations. I'm pretty sure that's the age of consent. It's 13 to 16. That's the age of consent. So it's fine for them to be sexualizing Miku in their country, but they do have a lot of American fans. And I think that the reason they won't say his real age is because they're worried about upsetting those American fans, because it is not legal in America for a 13-year-old to be having any sexual relationships with anyone at all. So, and if they do, it would most likely be forced, if I had to guess. Another thing is in the game, they include a singer, or not a singer, but they include an artist that has several songs in that game. That artist is Deco27. And if anyone knows who he is, everyone knows he's a horrible human being. And I'm pretty sure to him. Deco27 is the same guy that made Rabbit Hole, which I'll probably have to censor some of the lyrics, but if I go into Rabbit Hole Miku lyrics and I go into the lyrics, this, and where in the song there is a bleeped out curse word, and that's fine, but the curse word is the F word, and not in an insult way. It's in the sexual term, if you know what I mean. So, and this was with Miku, and again, she's 16 years old. And another thing I will be talking about is how much they overuse and over-sexualize the adult Vocaloids. And I have a feeling that's because they're the only adults, and they can get away with it in America. So, if we go over here to fandom, we go back, and we go to Meiko's outfits. I showed you the other one. I showed you the one where her chest was basically, just straight there. If we go over here, there's more. There's more. Oh, and I'm not gonna show these because this is probably gonna get me flagged. But Kaito is over sexualized. They literally have him. I don't even know what you call them for men, but it's not swimwear. They look like underwear. We also have. Oh, also, particularly this is a religious thing, but if we go to Luca's, let me see if I can find it. I know it's there and I know it exists. I've played the heck out of the game and I know it's an outfit. So if I go, let's just look for Luca's. Okay, I cannot find it, but I know that she is an outfit with a nun outfit, and I forget what the song was about, but particularly that's a religious thing, but it is sexualized too, because there's a slit in, like, that shows her leg. But Electron is horrible for sexualizing Miku. And I think, again, like I said, the only reason they're more hesitant to release the age of Kaito and more hesitant to do more sexual things to her in America is because that's illegal in America and they'd lose a lot of their fans. And I know that the Vocaloid fandom is very gigantic. I know last year, I think the year before, people got upset because at the concert they had a big LED screen TV instead of the actual hologram in America. And not to mention, actually, where is it? Again. This was in the game, and I might be thinking the wrong song. Hold up. Quote unquote. Trendy high heels, dresses with miniskirts. Mind you, this is Miku singing it. With your favorite costume, anything would be okay. If you are bored, call me up. We'll go out into the real world. Age Hage again, which guess what this is? Not an abbreviation, but it's age again. It is not Age Hage again. I learned that. Separate that. So it's about partying. And there's another one. If I go over here, I think it is. This song is glorifying toxic relationships. You can look at the lyrics yourself or search them up yourself. I'm not going to read all through them. It's called Blackjack, the song is. It glorifies gambling and toxic relationships. And another thing why they probably get away with this in America is because not a lot of people know Japanese over here. Nor do I, so it just goes right through people's minds. Now, I will not deny I love the game. It's a fantastic game. I have, if we go over here to my Steam, 63 hours, which is a lot. So, I absolutely love the game. I've achieved most of the achievements, and I adore Miku. But Krypton needs to get over themselves. And, like every other big corrupt company, they need to stop feeding into the Gooners, and they need to just make good content. Which is not what they're doing. And most of Miku's songs now, hate to say it, suck. And I listened to the demo of version 6, and the song was decent, and her voice has gotten better. But they aren't. It's nothing like the good old days of The World Is Mine, or My World, or whatever it was called. Or the creepy songs made of her, or in her prime. So, in my opinion, Krypton is just milking money. And let me just go over here. I do have the DLC for the game, but if we go into the DLC, it was $40 for DLC. Mind you, it's a great DLC. It is. It is. But why $40? I've never seen DLC $40 that costs $40. So, anyway, that's all I have to say, but Krypton needs to get over themselves.